This video is 100% inspired by Rusty's 1 quick tip videos covering Elden Ring. Definitely recommend checking those out if you do play Elden Ring. Every hero has different superpowers they can unlock in the 4v4 modes that either drastically change the course of the game or do absolutely nothing. Here's 1 or more tips for every tier 1 feat. This feat makes fighting an opponent in the minion lane a bit more bearable as you'll occasionally heal and get some bonus stamina. It's immensely better in Dom than Breach because of the Pokeboy's larger health and damage. More useful for attackers than defenders in Breach, since you're able to make use of faster archer zone captures and longer lasting boosts. Use this in the minion lane or when healing and boosting on a point to quickly farm renown and unlock your other feats. You can put yourself out of stamina with a roll and have a better chance of escaping since you can still sprint. It's a pretty underwhelming feat, but I guess it does let you attack for a bit longer before going out of stamina, so use this if you keep going colorblind. A much better stamina feat than Tireless, your stamina recovers twice as fast, so even if you run out, you'll be topped off in no time. Very useful if you throw lots of zone attacks, or if you struggle against Jormungandr. There's no animation when you activate Rush, making running to or running from a fight easier and quicker. The stagger from Storming Trap can let you get a free attack if you time it right. Combined with Rising Dawn for maximum ambulance roleplay. While it makes throwing an opponent into environmental hazards easier, it can screw up your max punishes, so watch out. Essentially, it adds damage to chain attacks, so it's best used on characters with high damage chain mix-ups. It's not triggered by normal bashes or surprisingly Gladiator's toe stab, but it is by Aramusha's Ring the Bell. Super useful to give you survivability and anti-ganks. Combine this with quick ranged feats to get quick heals by picking off low health opponents. If you happen to get a kill while out of stamina with an attack or a feat, it does put you back in the green. As you won't show up on the radar or HUD, you can often land surprise attacks a lot easier, especially in Tribute where the Oracle's Blessing can't find you. You also won't be auto-targeted by ranged feats from unlocked opponents. It's better used when outnumbered to effectively stall for longer or potentially anti-gank. Or you could use it to feed loads of revenge and prevent your allies from rolling away if you're farming hate mail. As this feat basically causes someone to become asthmatic for 30 seconds, it's great at slowing an opponent trying to clear the minion lane. It also counts towards assists without feeding revenge, so use it to pad your KDA. Instead of running off to heal, it could be worthwhile to stick around and watch your allies from a semi-safe distance to boost their damage. This feat gets stronger the more enemies there are nearby, but let your teammates engage first before you pop it as it has a slow animation and relatively short duration. The exact opposite of JJ's unique feat, you only get a bonus if you and your opponent are alone, so try and pick off enemies before they group up or your allies come in to feed revenge. Be a cheeky monkey and place it in your opponent's spawn for a free UAV. Sinister Shield's drawbacks can easily be negated if you apply the shield from a healing zone or have Healing Ward active. Use it just as an ally exits revenge to exploit the revenge shield bug and persuade the devs to fix it faster. If you're tired of minions interrupting your executions, or your opponents have an IQ of 12 and don't know how to bash or guard break, your executions are now unstoppable. Be careful using it in Breach as it will cancel any shield pickups you have when finishing the execution. This doesn't just work with your neutral and chain bash, but the one after parries and guard breaks as well, making the health swing on those punishes even bigger. Throw it at someone engulfed in flame and enjoy the fireworks. Still useful for finishing off an opponent, or hitting someone from afar. Giving an enemy Stinky BO encourages their allies to stay away. That doesn't stop you from forcefully encouraging them to stick together. It also works against the officers and commander in Breach. This feat is great at neutering an opponent's bonus damage from revenge or a buff like Fury. Also, having the commander or guardian deal less damage in Breach is never a bad thing. Aside from the obvious damage buff to you, it synergizes stupid well with the bloody triplets. Unlike most projectiles, it won't knock opponents off ledges, but still interrupts hyper armor. As Medjai can switch stances for most of his punishes, it's pretty easy to choose which buff you want to receive. If you already have the defense boost, there's no reason not to try and finish off an opponent while in axe stance. Thank you for watching, and a huge thank you to the Filthy Spaniard for helping me put the script together, as well as Master James and Hashtag for spending way too many hours recording with me. I'd also like to thank my Patreon supporters, especially Shadow and TheRookieVA. Have a good one, and I'll see you on the next video.